Welcome. Today I want to go over the order screen, and I'm going to use KuCoin as an example, but this is going to be similar to Coinbase Pro and other platforms that are going to give you more than just a basic, purchasing interface. And I'll show you Coinbase, for example. It's fairly straightforward, and it's a great way to get into it, as a lot of them are, similar to Robinhood, Webull, a lot of the mobile apps where you basically just pick a coin. And so here they go, picking a coin. They're going for Litecoin. And then how much money. And that's it. You really don't get any other information on what's going on with that token. And this applies to both stocks and crypto. So why do I want to do this? Because I want to demystify the screen. If you haven't seen anything like this before, it can be a little bit intimidating. And there's really no need for that. There's a lot more information, as you can see, but it's pictures and there's meaning behind all of it. So let's get into it. The primary item that we're going to be looking at is the price and different metrics associated with it. So on this chart here, the price is represented by these candlesticks. These are all these different points here. And you can change how you want to view that, but we're going to leave it with the candlesticks for now. What the candlestick does is it's going to give you the price action during that interval. Right now we have this set for 8 hours, but you can see that there's various intervals you can select for it. And it gives you 4 pieces of data, or 5. It's going to give you the opening price, the high, the low, the close, and the difference between the opening and the closing price. And where that's represented is this fat part. You're going to have the open and the close, right? And that was all the price action during that. That was the open and close for that interval. And then the skinny part, you'll see the skinny part can extend well below or above that price for the fat part. And that's going to be all the price action during that interval. 3 other pieces that KuCoin has as a default are the moving averages. And the moving average is given over a time period. So you're going to have the 5-day in green, and that's this line. You can see it fairly closely tracks the price movement. Then you have your 10-day moving average. Now you're getting more data points and the curve smoothing out. And then your 30-day is here in purple. And you can see that there's much less movement on that. Why? Because there's a lot more data points to average out the high and the low prices. Then the other piece is going to be at the bottom. It's going to be the volume here. And this is the volume for that interval. You'll see on the one I've selected, it'll tell you how much. So for here, it's 3.498 million being traded for that interval. And that gets into the right side where you have the market depth. And what is that? It shows you how the size of an order is going to affect the price of a particular security or token that's being traded. There's a few factors. You're going to have the type of order. Is it a buy or a sell? Here that's represented by red and green. The red is the sell, the green is the buy. You'll also see that listed as asking for a sell or bid for a buy. You're going to have the size, right? So here you see there's an amount column that shows you how many tokens are being requested or offered at that price. And then the actual price point. And so where do you see that? It's here in the order book. This is also called level 2 data on some platforms. And so this is a list of all the active buy and sell orders. Each line is going to list the amount, the price, and then the total amount outstanding. And that's where KuCoin differs a little bit. Typically, you're going to see the best price at the top, and you move down from there. And the best price for a bid, right? It's not the best price for you. It's the best price for the person you're buying it from. So that's going to be the highest price. And the sell price is going to be if you're selling, it's going to be the best price for the buyer, right? So it's going to be the lowest price. Typically, you're going to list the best price, which would be the lowest at the top. KuCoin does it different. It lists the best price at the bottom. Once you know that it's structured that way, you can interpret it and you're going to know how to move. Once you know that, this is where it becomes more important, is the amount. So you're going to see the volume here is 57.18, and now it jumps up to 89.28 because as you move away from the best price, that volume's cumulative. And you'll see that with the buys as well. This next one will be closer to 7, right? 68.25, and now it jumps to 26. And so orders are filled beginning with the best price and then continuing to the next best price. What that means is if you have a very large order, that can be a source of resistance if it's not an order at the market price, right? Because right here, these 71,000 shares have to be sold before this 9,000 share order can be fulfilled. And then at the same time, if you put in a very large market order, that can move the price, right? So if we're filling all these orders, we can see the biggest one is say 55,000. If we put an order in for 200,000 at market, it's going to fulfill all these orders, right? And there has to be willing sellers. So it's going to, if you're selling, right, you can drop the price a lot. If you're buying, you can bid up the price because you're going to have to go to the other side, and if you're buying, you're going to have to go from a seller, and you're going to have to go all the way up, and you can raise the price in this case by 12 fractions right there, which can be significant. So all this gives you a little bit more information on what you're looking at, and hopefully the screen doesn't seem so intimidating, right? Instead of just getting a 0.1555 as the price and a dollar amount, now you can see how you got to that price. Are you at a high? Are you at a low? Just give you a little bit more information on what you're doing when you're purchasing any of these tokens. Hope you all found that informative. Y'all have a great day.